The burden birthed something greater. And in 2020, so I started having this burden to do more. I was seeking God's face. I was like, so what is this about? Yes. Then I heard ignition. I can't remember how I heard it now, but it came strongly in my spirit and I said, okay, ignition. So what does it mean to ignite? To start up something, to light up something, so to bring alive something that may be cold, something that needs to come alive. I got the vision from there, and then I had some team of friends and families. I just, this is what God is saying at this time. Let's do this together. And then we went all out. December 12, 2020, we had Ignition 1.0. This time around, by God's grace, we're having some collaboration. So it's not just Comely Me Impact Network doing this alone this time around. So we have some missions, we have some organizations, some NGOs that will be partnering together to have a wider range of impact. So meaning that this time around there will be training sessions, workshops, hands-on sessions, practical workshops. So this is possible through collaborations. We're reaching out to secondary school students. We're not going to leave them out. So we're going to offer at least 5 to 10 opportunities to each schools we are reaching out to for students to come and join us. So we want to catch them young, we want to groom them young, we want them to be impacted from that very tender age.
Hello, Ibadan. Are you ready? Are you ready for one of the biggest life-transforming, life-changing, purpose-driven program happening in the city of Ibadan? Ladies and gentlemen, guess no further. I'm talking about Ignition 6.0. Are you ready? And I'm not just here alone. I'm here with the convener of Ignition. You've been thinking, what's Ignition? Don't worry, we'll do that shortly. But right here with me, I have the convener of Ignition and also the founder of the Community Impact Network, a man who is committed to see young people grow, see people born for Jesus, and of course, see people discover their purpose, even as the journey even as they go their journey of faith. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one, the only, she's like a pastor, the convener of Ignition, and of course, it's 6.0 drum rolls. Make welcome Mr. Ajayi Caleb Fogo.
Thank you very much.
Convener, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Okay, I'm very fine. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, convener, it's Ignition o'clock. Ignition o'clock.
Exactly.
What's Ignition? It's 6.0.
Yes.
Apparently, we've been having Ignition for 5 years.
Exactly.
And we're going to be having the 6th edition. By the grace of God, come December. So, what bettered Ignition?
Thank you very much for that question, and thank you very much for hosting me on my show. All right. Ignition was birthed from burdens, from the perspective of burdens. While growing up, I have this passion, I have this burden, something I can't explain. So I have this burden to see people do well in life, to see people do well generally in life, to see people do well in relationships, to see people do well in purpose. There was a time, I think I marked the first birthday I ever marked, because I came from a church that we really don't celebrate birthdays. It's just like a belief. So I just decided to celebrate my birthday that year. I think it was 2019. I said, no, I'm going to mark my birthday in a very special way this time around. I'm going to invite teenagers, because I was already in school, I was on campus already. I'm going to invite teenagers, and then the theme for that year was Teens with Purpose 1.0, something like that. I felt like, I was going to continue doing this for as long as I can. Teenagers with Purpose 1.0. Unfortunately, we never had any 2.0. But then, Teenagers with Purpose 1.0 hosted more than 20 teenagers. It was in my father's house. We just cleared the sitting room. We put chairs. We had the event. I invited some guests, some people I know who are older than me, who are doing well already in the aspect of purpose, in the aspect of general life, and people who could come and talk to youth just to instigate greatness in them, just to make them start thinking big, thinking beyond their immediate environment, just to inspire them. And we're able to do that. As a matter of fact, we even ate.
Wow.
We ate fried rice, we ate jollof with
Mom
jollof rice.
cooked that, right?
Was
Or
it?
the convener cooked it. Was it mommy that cooked it?
No,
Or
no,
the
it was
convener?
my sister,
Wow.
my friends. So they did,
That
and they
made it.
put. In fact, they gave me. They made a beautiful cake for me because it was
Wow.
my first birthday I will be
Birthday,
celebrating.
yes.
But that wasn't the highlight. The highlight was that after then, I started having this burden that there is more. There is more. So I thought there was going to be a 2.0. Unfortunately, there wasn't. But the burden bred something greater. And in 2020, so I started having this burden to do more. I was seeking God's face. I was like, what is this about? What is it about? So then I
Yes.
heard ignition. I can't remember how I heard it now, but it came strongly in my spirit. And I said, okay, ignition. So what does it mean to ignite? To start up something, to light up something, to bring alive something that may be cold, something that needs to come alive. I got the vision from there. And then I had some team of friends and families. I just, oh, this is what God is saying at this time. Let's do this together. And then we went all out. December 12th, I think 2020, we had Ignition 1.0.
Ooh.
And to my utmost surprise, we had close to 100 persons in
Wow.
attendance. I was like, oh God. And then because we tagged it 1.0, so I really didn't know that there was still going to be, but I had these high hopes that, you remember that I started from Things with Purpose 1.0. So from there, 2.0 came.
Yes.
Became a December thing. It became a yearly
Okay.
event. And with time, we get better and better. But we used to have it once in a day before, from 1.0 to 3.0.
Okay.
So something happened in 3.0. At 3.0, we had over 200 persons
That were in
live
attendance,
that were in
yeah.
attendance live. We held it at University of Ibadan. And from there, the particular venue we're using, it couldn't contain us any longer. I heard God say to me, it's a time to expand.
There is more.
There is more. And of course, I looked at the pattern. We always don't get to finish whatever we have to discuss, whatever we have to do during the period of one-day events. Then the more came to me that we have to extend this to 2 days, and 4.0 came. We had the 2 days. We changed the venue. Of course, when you're having a 2-day event now, you have to accommodate people. And of course, by God's grace, every ignition we feed people. Every ignition, God feeds people through us, actually. From 4.0 to 5.0, we had 2 days event. And this year, 6.0, by God's grace, again, we're having a 2-day event.
Wow. So that's the story of ignition.
Yeah, that's the story of
ignition. So 1.0 up to 5.0.
Yeah.
What's that one thing that you would say after each of the ignition always stands out for you?
Transformation in the lives of people, participants. I've seen people grow. I've seen lives ignited. I've seen ministries pour out from the fire they caught from ignition. So I've seen people in addiction break free. I've seen people in abusive relationships break free. I've seen people who were struggling to identify, to even know anything about purpose. I've seen them find their God-given purpose, and I've seen them start actualizing it. For me, those things, in fact, there's a lot that stands out for me at every year's ignition, and that's one of my motivation for continuing. I've seen lives saved, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I've seen lives saved. I've seen people liberated. So many things. In fact, this particular one, I've seen people get married.
Wow. From the same
event. In fact, this year, by God's grace, we have, if not close to 5 couples, that as one way or the other passed through ignition event.
Yeah.
We have them. In fact, I was able to attend some this year.
Wow.
So we celebrated a lot of weddings this year. And to me, I think it's a progress.
Yes.
The progress that people have found God, people have found their God-given purpose, and people who have found their God-given purpose found their God-given partner, and now they are joined together in holy matrimony.
To continue.
And of course, I'm expecting many couples this time around.
That's your clue.
And to the glory of God, we have about 2 children from ignition.
Wow.
Already. Wow. People married.
And then now they have their kids.
Wow. I'm expecting to see babies.
If there's anything ignition is known for, is that it's always transformative, life-changing. You don't expect to come the same and return the way you have
We've never had anyone have that testimony of coming and remaining the same, except if they chose to.
True.
But trust me, the program has been factored out in such a way that your life can never remain the same.
So it's Ignition 6.0. 6.0. 6.0. Almost we're getting closer to a decade of Ignition by the grace of God. What is special about Ignition 6.0? What are we expecting? Of course, you talked about how transformative it has been over the years. You talked about how life-changing it has been. Are we just expecting more persons to connect with each other and get married this Ignition? Are we expecting to have more babies?
Disclaimer,
like
I'm not saying that you come and carry our sisters and brothers, but then if God is saying that your wife, your partner is,
so you can release that.
of course, I release.
Fantastic.
I'm not going to marry. I'm not going to marry.
That's very
You
kind of our
understand? So,
convener. So what are we expecting for our audience now? What should they be expecting? What are the expectations for
so
Ignition 6.0?
at Ignition 6.0, as usual, expect transformation. This time around, by God's grace, we're having some collaborations. And I think it's a season of collaboration. I realized that when you collaborate with, I think God is teaching me that when you collaborate with people of like minds, it helps you have more reach, more impact, and of course, more results. More lives are transformed. It's not just Compliment Impact Network doing this alone this time around. We have some missions, we have some organizations, some NGOs that will be partnering together to have a wider range of impacts. Meaning that this time around there will be training sessions, workshops, hands-on sessions, practical workshops. This is possible through collaborations. We're reaching out to secondary school students. We're not going to leave them out.
That's good.
We're going to offer at least 5 to 10. We want to catch them young. We want to groom them young. We want them to be impacted from that very tender age. This time around, we're having digital skills such as smartphone photography, video editing, and graphics designing. And
at no cost.
At no cost. Wow. At no cost. Every participant that is able to make it to Ignition, we have the opportunity to participate in this and even have, this is special now, have a privilege to gain a scholarship. Because I realized that even with the fact that we want to train people with these things at this time, it may not be possible. Of course, it's not possible for them to have everything. To know everything within the space of 2 days. We offer them scholarship opportunities.
Wow, that's good.
In the discretion of the facilitators who will be taking them those courses. Opportunities to each schools we are reaching out to for students to come and join us. We've had that negotiation already, and they are willing to do that. And some more skills like handcraft, that's specific from a collaboration we had with another initiative. They are coming to train people on about 3 skills, handcraft skills, something that is useful in this time around. This is part of what people should expect at Ignition 6.0. Also, we're having another movie premiere at Ignition 6.0.
I'm excited for this one.
And the title is Mobile Pillars. So it's actually our latest movie. We just filmed the movie, and the first people who would be privy to seeing this movie are the participants of
Ignition 6.0.
Exactly. After which it's going to come to YouTube on the 28th of December, just to have something to wrap up the year and launch into the new year. And so much more. We'll be bringing new faces this time around, people who have not been on our platform before. And trust me, it's going to be more than I can say right now. And if there's anyone watching me right now, I think the best thing to do is to save the date, register, and ensure.
Open your mind.
They are there.
So you've heard it from our convener already. Apart from spiritual growth, apart from seeing Jesus and encountering him, we're going to have opportunities to learn, digital skills, have access to amazing session to learn both digital skills and craft, and of course, connect with like minds. And from everything he has said, you would know that Ignition 6.0 is power packed just for you. So would you miss it? This is left for you to decide. So thank you so much. What is the theme for Ignition 6.0 before we wrap up?
Okay, so the theme for this year's edition of Ignition is Royal Priesthood.
Can you say that again? Say it again.
Royal priesthood.
Amazing.
So I've seen in First
Amazing.
Peter chapter 2 verse 9. So
Yes.
it says that we are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people. So this time around we're exploring the subject royal priesthood. I think we had kings and priests last year. And God was just telling me that there is more to kings and priests. And when you see the theme royal priesthood, you know that royal comes from the king, the
royalty.
Yeah, from royalty, from kingship, and so on and so forth like that. So then priesthood comes from priest. So it's more like we are saying we're having kings and priests 2.0. I mean, the second edition of kings and priests, but this time around is royal priesthood, and it's more packed, more power packed.
Power packed. Yeah. Royal priesthood. So come as king and queens that you are to your father's house and come witness royal priesthood, and I promise you, you would get value for your time. A 2-day power packed event. Have a plan. It's coming December here live in the city of Ibadan. So anticipate the date, anticipate the venue, and you won't lose out. So just watch out on Ajayi TV. We're going to have all of the information there. And if you want to go back on Ignition, do we have access to the previous sessions of Ignition?
In fact, myself, I do not find it easy to recover from the previous sessions of Ignition. So right on our YouTube channel, Ajayi TV, we have all our live events. I mean, the past events we've had. And personally, even before coming for 6.0, I'm going to go there and watch everything. As a matter of fact, this year alone, I've been there several times to watch because I need to continue in that ignition, the mode of ignition. That fire needs to be, as the Bible says, that the fire on your altar must keep on burning every now and then. So for me, going over the sessions we've had over time, it keeps the fire burning in me. It keeps the passion, the purpose, the burden, it keeps it going in me. And if there's anything I want to tell the audience, before coming for 6.0, please go back to 2.0, to 3.0, to 4.0, to 5.0. Go and watch and be blessed. And come expectant for Ignition 6.0 because it's going to be massive.
So come, follow the advice of our convener, ensure that your mind is thoroughly prepared for what God is set to do in 6.0. So go back to previous edition, soak yourself in them and be ready to take more. Remember, as far as your eyes can see, so gather enough vessel and come for Ignition 6.0. So finally, before we leave, is there plans for feeding, accommodation, especially for some of our participants are not in Ibadan? Is it open? What are the plans for feeding and accommodation?
So by God's grace, I said it earlier that every Ignition we always eat to the glory of God. And it's free. Feeding is free. Accommodation is also free. This time around, we are promising 100 capacity accommodation for participants. I mean, those who made it, those who are able to make it, of course, the first 100 now. So there are hostel facilities whereby people can rent, of course, but we personally will be offering a capacity of 100. I mean, to host. We're going to be the first 100 people to register and to
registration is compulsory.
Of course.
You heard that.
Yeah, it's free and it's compulsory. So register and make yourself available as early as possible. In fact, this time we're starting as early as 12 p.m.
So watch out for the dates. You don't want to miss it. As soon as you see the date, ensure you register. Do you have our registration link up yet?
Yeah, it's going to be displayed right
now. Our registration link is going to be displayed. Ensure you register immediately. Tomorrow might be too late. So tell a friend, tell another friend about Ignition 6.0, accommodation free, feeding free, transfer, digital skills to be learned, all for free. And of course, there's even opportunity for scholarship if you do well, depending on the basis, the system and structure set in place for our participants. So you don't want to miss all of it. I hope I will see you at Ignition 6.0. Thank you very much.